Let's talk about the move that has shooken up the NFL. Let's talk about the great Dallas Cowboys. That's right, I said the great Dallas Cowboys and their huge offseason moves. Guys, the Dallas Cowboys have finally made a huge offseason splash. I mean, they dove in, they wanted the guy, and they cherry-picked him in hell. They even overpaid for this man. Guys, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys traded a 5th-round pick to the New England Patriots for a 6th-round pick from last year in Joe Milton III. That is right. You heard that right. The Dallas Cowboys gave the New England Patriots a 5th-round pick for a quarterback that the Patriots drafted in the 6th round in last year's 2024 NFL draft. A player that was probably not even going to make the team. A player that was going to probably be a casualty. A player that doesn't move anybody's needle. Doesn't tickle my pickle. New England Patriots fans hate him for winning the last game of the season. But the Dallas Cowboys went out there, guys, and they made the splash. Guys, how big a move is this for the Dallas Cowboys? How NFL landscape changing is Joe Milton III to the Dallas Cowboys to the rest of the NFL? Guys, let's just be flat honest that the Dallas Cowboys are a Super Bowl caliber team. They are 3 players away. That's why I said 3 players away of being a Super Bowl caliber team. Now, this offseason, they did lose their backup quarterback in Cooper Rush to the Baltimore Ravens. They kind of just let him walk. They also lost their 3rd-string quarterback in Trey Lance. As Trey Lance doesn't have any deal offers or any conversations. I think the last time I heard he was going to become a CFL Winnipeg Blue Bomber, but they let him walk as well. So the quarterback room in Dallas was pretty weak. You had Will Grier and Dak Prescott, the only quarterbacks on the roster as of today, before today's trade. Now, Joe Milton III did play in 1 game last season, right? Joe Milton III came out and balled out against the Buffalo Bills, baby. He beat down the Buffalo Bills. He said, bring that ass here, boy. And Joe Milton III waxed that ass. Talking to you, Alpha Rob. I'm talking to your Buffalo Bills. They said, bring that ass here, boy. And they said, go home with it. This is my house. Joe Milton went 22 for 29 for 41 yards with 1 tutty. Granted, it was week 18. Granted, the Buffalo Bills had all their 3rd-string starters. And granted, the New England Patriots were trying to tank that game. That's why Joe Milton got put in there. Granted, nobody watched that game. But Joe Milton came out and balled out, baby. Guys, this is a huge move for the Dallas Cowboys. This is a huge move for them. This puts them back in the spotlight. The light on Jerry Jones was kind of fading a little bit. Let's just be honest. Why is this move so big? Because this further proves that Jerry Jones is the worst general manager in all of sports. This move right here shows that Jerry Jones should no longer be competent of running his business, no longer being the owner, no longer making executive decisions for the Dallas Cowboys. The last 2 seasons, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and the Dallas Cowboys organization has overpaid for players that the other teams didn't want them. Who is that receiver from the Carolina Panthers? It was, the name slipped in my mind. Jerry Jones came out and said, I wanted him in the 2nd round of the draft or whatever, 3rd round, right? They ended up passing on him. I think the Carolina Panthers picked him up in the 4th or 5th round. He was basically going to be cut. And then I was like, no. Let me give you a 3rd-round pick for this man. Now he's doing it with Joe Milton III. Listen, Robert. I know we're out here smoking the cigars, drinking the stogies, and we're looking at these young women that Bill Belichick has. That Joe Milton III. I know. You guys drafted him in the 6th round last season. I know you're probably going to cut him in camp. But what if I give you a 5th-round pick for that man? Robert Kraft's like, Jerry, you know I'm getting massaged right now, right, boy? You know that I'm going to get rid of a happy ending. If you give me a 5th-round pick for Joe Milton III, damn it, my blue pill about to wear off. Guys, Jerry Jones needs to be fired. Jerry Jones needs to fire himself. Worst general manager in football. Guys, how big a move was Joe Milton III for a 5th-round pick to the Dallas Cowboys? How big a move was that for the Dallas Cowboys? Let's Go Sports says, for once, good move by Jerry. But it won't be impactful unless Dak gets hurt. But he usually does it so it's impactful. Let's not get too caught up, though. He's very athletic, but had a stretch a game at 10. Had a stretch game at 10. So Let's Go Sports says this is a huge move. If I'm gathering at what you're saying, Let's Go Sports, you were saying you love this move by the Dallas Cowboys. You said this is game-changing move. This is landscape-changing. Let's Go Sports, you understand that Joe Milton III is going to be probably a 4th-string quarterback on this Dallas Cowboys roster. Maybe 3rd, depending on if they draft a guy or or not. Will Greer is definitely better than Joe Milton III. He does have some athletic ability. He has the ability to be a receiver or a safety. He's unless Jerry Jones is putting him in some type of wildcat package, putting him as a receiver or whatever, right? Like, I don't see a lot of things happening. Because wildcat packages are dead and gone. Wildcat packages are terrible, right? Terrible. Maybe, right? Pepe says Jimmy Johnson gets more legendary with every decision Jerry Jones makes. Not wrong. Like, if Jerry Jones did not have such a big ego, if Jerry Jones would have let the world write his course with Barry Switzer and or Jimmy Johnson, either or, right? Let's just be flat out honest. If Jerry Jones could have took a step back, think about how great they could have been. Like, legitimately. Like, how great could the Dallas Cowboys have been if Jerry Jones just could have took a step back and not been in the limelight for 10 years? Just think about it. Would we have seen the greatness of Tom Brady and the New England Patriots? Would we have seen the birth of the Packers? And like, it's just crazy to think. Like, if he could just take a step back, check his ego of what could happen. Rim McCoy says Cowboys will not be a winning team with Jerry Jones calling the shots. Real McCoy, I am with you on this. General manager Jerry Jones is terrible. I hate him. The worst general manager in football, period. But he is one of the best owners in the NFL. He is the best at selling his brand, selling his product, making the Dallas Cowboys sexy, even though despite not winning a Super Bowl since 1996, but then we're almost 30 years. But yet we're still talking about him. But yet they're still headlining those. And they're still America's team. If Jerry Jones could just fire himself from general manager or be an assistant general manager or something, just not call the official shots, they need to check and balances. Alpha Rob says Jerry Jones out here wheeling and dealing. He is, man. He is out here. They're smoking on their stogies. They're drinking out their Evan Williams bourbon, getting back rubs, looking at 25-year-old women's paying the $4.99 for OnlyFans to get blue balls to shoot out dust. Crazy. Alpha Rob said Joe went in for business for himself. So Joe Milton is the one that contacted Jerry Jones, like, hey, bring me here. Is that what you're saying, Alpha Rob? Is there some validity to that? Don't be talking crazy now. Don't be talking crazy. Mellow Mike says Joe Milktoast III going to grab Dak's job. Slow it down, baby. Mellow Mike, my man, you need to take your chill pill, brother. You need to go back in that corner and you need to mellow out. You need to put some of that yellow drink in there and mellow the yellow out. Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Dak Prescott will be a Super Bowl winning quarterback before CJ Stroud, before Joe Burrow, before Lamar Jackson, before Kyler Murray, before Brock Purdy. before Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love. The list goes on and on and on. Dak Prescott will get a ring before all of those guys. He's a top 5 quarterback. Put some respect on the man's name. If Dak Prescott was in any other team, you put him on the Cleveland Browns, you put him on the Giants, you put him on the Dolphins, the Panthers, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Cardinals, the Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, and he puts up the numbers that he does, we are all praising the man. We have one hand on his nuts, the other hand on his big old cockaboo, and say, man, you are awesome. We love you, Dak. Jonathan Mingo. Thank you, Mellow Mike. That's the guy's name. Jonathan Mingo was the receiver that they overpaid for last season. Jonathan Mingo, they had like 2 catches for the Cowboys last season. Let me confirm that. He is back on the Cowboys roster, by the way, for this season. He played in 8 games. So he started 1 game, had 16 targets on 5 catches for 46 yards, 9.2 yards per carry, and 2 first downs. Boy, that's worth that 3rd round pick. Tell you what, brother. Tell you what. Jesus. Oh, man, River.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
He says, first off, his pro season was profitable. Sanders is a roll of the dice. This will tell. First off, his pro season was profitable. Sanders is a roll of the dice. Okay. Yes, Sanders does have Shador Sanders has a very, very high ceiling, but a very low floor as well. I agree with you, old man River. Mellow Mike says Jerry Jones needs to fire his plastic surgeon. Is my man really getting plastic surgery? I mean, I think he's getting a little bit of Botox. He's getting that Botox to help with those migraines. But is he getting plastic surgery? I think he's just crazy. Pepe says, I'm hoping Joe Milton III balls out so I can watch Jerry give him a 6-year, $350 million contract. Listen, it is April 3rd, 9:45 p.m. here on the East Coast time. Here in Louisville, Kentucky, middle of the Ohio Valley, in the middle of a monsoon out there. Hell, we could have a tornado warning outside, and I don't even know. I got noise canceling headphones on. If Dak Prescott, God forbid, happens to go down, whether it's his hamstring again or ankle or broken leg or ACL or whatever, like, I'm not wishing injury on anybody, but if Joe Milton comes in and he balls out, if I see Jerry Jones pay Joe Milton that kind of money, the Dallas Cowboys will never have another winning season. Never. Calling a spade a spade. Real McCoy says Jerry Jones is playing checkers while everybody else is playing chess. Real McCoy, I like your analogy and I love it. But Jerry Jones is playing tic-tac-toe while everybody else is playing chess. They could be playing 4D chess over there in Kansas City and Philadelphia and Baltimore. 57% of the other league is playing chess, and then you have a team like the Jaguars and the Colts and the 49ers all playing checkers. The Dallas Cowboys are playing tic-tac-toe. And Jerry Jones isn't even playing with X's and O's. He's playing with C's and D's. Like, it's stupid. Stupid. Miller Mike says, which adequate quarterback or running back is Jerry Jones signing this season? I hear Herschel Walker is still in shape. Miller Mike, you didn't hear that Jonathan Williams said him and Myles Garrett are the best running back duo in the NFL? You didn't hear that? you didn't hear that? Crafty and Mays, what's up, man? What's up? It says, what happened? What happened was Jerry Jones traded a 5th round pick to the New England Patriots for Joe Milton III. That's what happened. And it's stupid. It's asinine. And Jerry Jones needs to be fired. Fire the general manager, Jerry Jones, now, owner Jerry Jones. Fire yourself, man. Let's go. Sports says Cowboys ain't winning the Super Bowl till Jerry Jones is gone. So no more really matters. He just brings in a bunch of money and doesn't use it wisely. And let me speak logically here. Let me take my Cowboys hater hat off for a second. I broke up with the Dallas Cowboys last week or last season. We broke up. We had a very long-term equitable relationship. We had some great milestones. We had some great anniversaries. We had some highs and we had some lows. But last year I finally just said, you know what, Dallas Cowboys, we need to go our separate ways. It's not you. It is me. But realistically, guys, the Dallas Cowboys are 3 players away from going to a Super Bowl. They are 3 players away on offense of going to the Super Bowl. They need to fill that left tackle void. They need a decent running back, whether it's a top 5, top 10 running back. It don't really matter. They need a decent running back, and then they need then they need a solid number 2 receiver. So left tackle, running back, and a number 2 receiver. The Dallas Cowboys are a Super Bowl caliber team. Their roster is there. Their defensive roster is there. As long as you run away from Myles Garrett or run away from Micah Parsons, he likes to chase down. You don't like you running at him. As long as the Dallas Cowboys can score about 20, 25 points per game, jump out early, get that 7, 10-point lead game after game with a nice number 2 receiver, whether it be Amari Cooper, it could have been Stephon Diggs or potentially Tyler Lockett. I don't know. I know Diggs with the Patriots now, but a left tackle, I don't know who. Do you draft him? I don't know. A running back, maybe Gentry falls down to 12. I don't know, but they are 3 guys away. They are 3 days away. Mellow Mike says, I give Jerry Jones this. He can draft offensive line. Mellow Mike, the Dallas Cowboys do draft offensive linemen well. The last 4 or 5 drafts actually prior to the last two drafts, so not 2024 or 2023, but from 22 to about 18, the Dallas Cowboys were drafting very, very well. Van Der Esch, right? Sean Lee, you had Smith. They had a great drafts, right? But you know who was leading those drafts? It was not Jerry Jones. Stephen Jones was heading those drafts. Stephen Jones was making the final calls. Jerry's like, hey, Stephen, you think you can do better? Do this, right? Stephen Jones was doing better. The Dallas Cowboys were going on the right track. They started to gain a little bit of momentum, and then people found out that Stephen Jones was the one drafted. Jerry's like, oh, no. This is my team. This is my team, and there's like what old man River says. Jerry's ego got the better of him, and that's what happened the last 2 seasons. That Jerry Jones has been drafted, and you see what the Dallas Cowboys are at. World of hurt. No, by winning that Week 18 game. Alpha Rob, you still better about that Week 18 game too? Go Sports says, I don't think they're America's team anymore. They are America's clowns. Steelers are actually first to be named America's team, but they said no. Just a fun fact, I guess. And I know that is a fun fact. I know that is a fun fact, but truth of the matter is the Dallas Cowboys are must-talk TV. I guarantee you, if I were to relabel this live stream or when I clip it and I put Dallas Cowboys are great, I'm going to get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views just because of the Dallas Cowboys name alone. I can take that same video, the same clip, the same live, and put Pittsburgh Steelers are Super Bowl bound. And that's going to get 100, 200, 500 views. Because people love to hate the Dallas Cowboys. It is what it is. Crafty and May says Falcons 10 wins, over or under. We will talk about the Falcons tomorrow. We're doing AFC South over under. And then tomorrow we'll do the NFC South. But I can tell you they're not going to be very good. Old Man River says Dak to Cleveland. Slow it down, baby. We talked about that, Old Man River. And you all call me stupid. Jerry has a vision. Why doesn't no one else see it? Jerry Jones is like that third. Jerry Jones is bipolar and he's talking to himself. Miller Mike says, did this man just say 3 players or 3 decades? 3 players, baby. Dallas Cowboys are 3 players away. 3 players away from going to the Super Bowl. Let's Go Sports says, if the Cowboys want to have a good next couple of seasons, they will draft well this year. They have to draft well this year. They have to draft Micah Parsons' replacement because he is not going to sign a deal. They can't afford to sign him a deal. If they don't win this season, Dak Prescott's going to probably want out. CeeDee Lamb's going to probably want out. And Turpin's going to be your number 1 guy. Pepe says, didn't Jerry try to negotiate directly with Parsons and circumvent the CBA? I'm not for sure on that. I would have to do some research on that, Pepe, but I do know that Jerry Jones did say that Micah Parsons' contract is not a priority right now. We posted that on our Facebook page a couple days ago at the owners meeting, or the not the owners meeting, the coaches meeting. I think it's called the NFL meetings now. But Jerry Jones said that Micah Parsons is not a priority. So if you want to go that route, talk about that route. But I don't know.